Well, hello, and welcome to another great episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I am your host, Alicia Curry, and I am so excited to bring you these two phenomenal women that we have on the show today. But before we do that, I want to make sure, just do a little housekeeping for those of you who are watching us live in the Facebook group. So that means you're in Facebook. Our group, Small Business Saturday Shout Out on Facebook. For those of you watching live, when you comment, and we love to acknowledge your comments and just say hi to you. So if you're commenting from that group, please put your name either at the end of your comment or at the beginning of your comment, because for privacy reasons, Facebook does not show who you are. So I want to be able to acknowledge you. So if you do comment from the group, just put your name there, and that would so I can acknowledge you. If you're watching on YouTube, hello from YouTube. Also, please come on over if you're on YouTube and join our group. We have a phenomenal group on Facebook, and it's called Small Business Saturday Shout Out with Alicia Curry. So join our group, because it's not just for these Saturday shout outs, but also to network with other small business owners. And this is the season for giving. So if you have an offer, or if you have a special, or you're selling something, you have a sales item, or you have something going on, whether you're B2B, B2C type of business, brick and mortar business, or your online business, or you're a coach, consultant, whatever it is, come join us in the group, because then we can promote each other, we can share, we can have discussions, and just share out what you're promoting to other people. So come on over to the group. If you have not yet subscribed to YouTube, our YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is youtube.com/c/Alicia Curry. And there, I share a lot of different types of videos on YouTube, not just these Small Business Saturday shout outs, but my podcast, as well as a lot of other really helpful business tips, confidence tips, what you can do for COVID relief. I have some tips on that. And so check out our YouTube page. So we're going to do a little bit of a flip-flop today, because I know we said Dr. Florence NISABWE was going to be first today, and we're trying to work out a couple little technical glitches. So because she is joining us all the way from Burundi in Africa, and actually she's in South Africa right now. I think she told me she's in South Africa. So we're just trying to work out a little bit of those kinks and glitches. So I'm going to bring on Jorgie Franks. And listen, this woman is a powerhouse. So get ready, strap in. You're going to really enjoy the show. And thank you so much for joining us here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. So I am going to share with you what Miss Jorgie is all about, and then I'm going to bring her up. So Jorgie Franks-Bell, she has been in sales and leadership for over 20 years, if you can believe it, which includes territory management, cold calls, call center, knocking on doors, retail sales, sales management. So Jorgie has worked with companies like Samsung, where she was territory management, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Barbizon modeling. She was the national touring speakers spokesmodel, Jared, the Gallery of Jewelry, Victoria's Secret, and for almost 2 years served at the Greater Brandon Chamber of Commerce as the Director of Membership. Jorgie is the owner of Jorgie Inc. JFB Consulting is a subsidiary of Jorgie Inc. And Jorgie serves as president of Kiwanis Club of Greater Brandon and loves attending the church at Lakewood Church, Community Church of God. So welcome, Jorgie Franks. Hi, Jorgie.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me, Alicia.
I am so excited that you're here. You have an extensive resume of work in the corporate sector, in sales and leadership. And I wanna ask, how did you get involved in that in the first place?
I always say I started because my father is a pastor, and at a very young age in Richmond, Virginia, he would take me on the streets, and we would knock on doors, and we would be telling people about our relationship with Christ, right?
Mhm.
So I feel like that was my first exposure to sales, because knocking on doors really taught me how to be courageous. And when you're passionate about something, even though people tell you no, or people might, treat you a certain way, you still have to keep persevering. And then
Yeah.
when you get the wins, whether someone wants you to pray for them, or they want you to, lead them to Christ in this realm, right? Then, oh my gosh, it's a win, and they're crying and they're happy. So I think that was my first real exposure to sales, and being able to bring something you're passionate about to the world.
To influence someone else. Exactly.
Yes,
That
yes.
is such a remarkable skill and great training ground for you, as a child growing up, seeing that and experiencing that, so that you were never afraid to step out and speak to people when you started in sales.
Right. So being that I had that background, it gave me a spark,
Mhm.
into my own gifts and talents of speaking. I was the girl who was on stage doing the scriptures at Christmas, and doing the, phenomenal woman, phenomenally, that,
Yes,
and just
yes,
really Maya Angelou, Still I Rise, and just competing and debate and forensics and Toastmasters, and then just continuing to cultivate this gift of gab, as what they
yes.
say, gift of gab. I think
Right.
you have that too, right, Alicia?
Yes, yes.
We have this gift of gab, and then it has just really helped me become the saleswoman that I am today. So that's what I love
Excellent.
to do.
That's excellent. How did you start your business then? Because you were in corporate for so long. What made that shift for you?
What made the shift for me is that a lot of times when you get into a corporate job, it really depends on who your leader is.
Hmm.
And I have all these unique skills and abilities, and this like over the top zest for life sometimes. And if you don't have the right leader, they will really break you down and make you feel like you're not worthy.
Mm,
And in corporate world, what I found was that there was many situations where I was doing my best, trying to be my best, and either I didn't have the right speech, or maybe I didn't have the right leader. So
mhm.
I ended up feeling like I wasn't special, or I wasn't enough. So I decided, you know what? I have this passion to help entrepreneurs and business owners bring their dreams to the world. So
Yeah.
how can I have more uh, you know, responsibility to do that? So that's when I began to start my own business as an entrepreneur, as a coach.
Mhm.
I always had that entrepreneur like side
Spirit.
hustle, but
Yeah.
never like the full time go for it hustle.
Wow. That is so exciting when you are building this on the side, you're doing your thing, but then you decide, listen, I'm all in. I am all in, and you stuck with sales.
Yes, it's about a year and a half ago, while I was working for the Chamber of Commerce as the director of membership. I was coaching businesses, doing 30-second commercials, helping all these businesses connect and collaborate. And then, a situation came where I had to decide what I was going to do. And I said, well,
Mhm.
if I can help 700 businesses, connect and collaborate, maybe I can just help like 5 to 10 businesses and represent them and help them, get their business out there. So I was
Right.
doing business development, sales, kind of outsourcing.
Mhm.
And then actually within the last couple months, I've really taken my business to that next level where it's like, okay, 80% consulting and about 20% sales and training and coaching in 2020. But next year, I'm really hoping to kind of flip that, where most of my time I am able to empower more entrepreneurs and business owners with sales
Mhm.
training and equipping them kind of in the realm I was raised, building the disciples, right?
Right.
But more allowing them to not need me to represent their business, but they are are bold and brave enough to represent their own brands, whether they're cold calling, knocking on doors, picking up the phone, following up, all the things that people are scared of. I want to
Yes.
encourage them to go do that, generate leads, network.
Generating leads. Yep. That's a big one, because you need to be able to have leads in your business in order to generate business. You know?
Yes, I have what I call the 8 C's, right? And
Mhm.
so first you have to clarify, and then you need contacts. See, we need contacts and cards. So how do we best generate those contacts and cards in your own business, in your own community, and then even online? Because now we've all had to pivot
Yes.
and really learn how to do things virtual.
Yes. So I do have a comment, and I guess this is in the group. They said, "Wow, interesting." So if you're commenting in the Facebook group, just put your name there so we know who you are, because Facebook blocks for your privacy. They block who you are when you're commenting in groups. So you said you're working with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. That's really where your heart is, where your passion is, to help them understand how to really make those sales calls, make those connections, and get the business. That
Yes.
Yeah. Why work with individual entrepreneurs versus going back to corporate and training in corporate?
Well, what I find is that entrepreneurs have really they really struggle.
Mhm.
When I was working at the chamber, I found that you would ask somebody, "What do you do?" And they'll say, "Oh, I'm a lawyer. I run a law firm. I got 5 people working for me." But they're really not answering the question of what they can do for that other person, therefore
Mhm.
attracting clients.
Right.
So what that does for someone is leave them still needing more and asking questions. So I felt like, man, these entrepreneurs, if I can just teach them a couple principles,
Mhm.
it can change their whole landscape. And in
Mhm.
corporate world, they already have sales trainers in place, and they have teams. And I have spoken in companies, but my heart is for those with gifts and talents like me. I have a
With the
gift and talents
sale.
in sales. So,
Mhm.
right. But then there's people who have administrative gifts or financial gifts, or like all these other hobbies and gifts and talents that they have, but sales is their biggest fear. Public speaking is their biggest fear. And
Yeah.
I'm like, if I can use my gift to help them, then we can further the further the message and help them bring their dreams to the world. So I felt like entrepreneurs and business owners also, they just have that grit that I love as well. They really want to be successful.
Okay, yeah, because they are skilled in what they do, and it might not necessarily be in selling what they do. So they're very skilled in the service they provide. And so now you're coming along and saying, "Let me help you be able to sell yourself." And sometimes, especially with heart-centered entrepreneurs, those who are
Mm-hmm.
more in the really in service and healing and those types of services, they really are, I don't want to use the word fear of sales, but they really cringe when they hear the word sale. They
Oh
feel like,
yeah.
ah. So how can you help someone like that navigate that mindset of,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like sales?
Yeah. So, there's marketing. Marketing is when you're really clarifying your message and your demographics and knowing who your target market is.
Mhm.
And I always say some people are on team marketing, their social media. These are all the ways that you attract people to you. And they're so good at it. I mean, but a sales professional is really taking those contacts and leads and making sure that they convert into money.
Mhm.
So it's the next step, calling them. It's the next step, getting them on your calendar. It's the next step, having a presentation where you're actually fixing and helping and equipping them because of the needs that they have.
Right.
So sales is meeting needs. It's um, finding out the remedy. Sales is really not just bringing your dreams to the world, but also helping solve a problem while you do it.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
sales is a good thing,
It's
but
a good thing.
unprofessional sales is what isn't. And that's
Mhm.
when people are pushy and abrasive and aggressive, and they're doing that. They're thinking that they're saying, "Oh, I'm great at what I do. I'm great at this. I'm great at that. I have all this experience." But if you haven't found out what the problem is, then that's why you are unprofessional, because you're just pitching something at someone and hoping that somebody comes, and that's just, it's not
Mhm.
comfortable for a potential client.
Yes, and I love that you use the word pitch, because I want to talk about pitches for a
Okay.
second. Because a
Okay.
lot of people are selling pitching now. How do you pitch for sales? How do you pitch
Mm-hmm.
yourself? You have your 30-second pitch. And what do you believe about pitching?
I believe pitching is when you're actually presenting. So
Hmm.
usually it's when you're in front of a stage and people have asked you to present your product and service in a way that they're trying to invest in you.
Hmm.
So usually that's to investors. They're wanting to know your, numbers, your revenue, because they want to invest in you.
Hmm.
A sales presentation, or what we would call a sales pitch, is more about the other person and not you.
Hmm.
So there should be more listening than talking.
Yeah.
Whereas like this pitch that is more for investors, kind of like Shark Tank. You know
Yeah.
how the people get up there and they pitch their business in this small little window so
Yeah.
that the investors decide if they want to invest. That's not what entrepreneurs on a daily basis are doing, or should be doing. They should only be doing that if they're looking for an investor, or like tech startup or startup week or something where investors are hearing all types of pitches and then
Mhm.
they're looking to who they can invest in.
So like when someone says, well, you need to have your 30-second pitch ready for networking, because that's sort of the beginning of a sales conversation as well.
Oh,
How do you
absolutely.
how do you
Okay, I'm sorry.
present
I'm
yourself? Yeah,
misunderstood. So the sales pitch for a 30-second or an
like
elevator
an elevator
pitch.
pitch or right.
Yeah, the elevator pitch was originally designed like if you're at the bottom floor of the elevator and you got to go up to the top, what can you say to someone who asks you, what do you do within 30 seconds to
Mhm.
get them by the top to say, that's interesting, right?
Tell me more.
Yeah, tell me more. Like, I
Walk
want to
with
learn about,
me.
talk with me. Come on. So, how I usually address the 30-second pitch is really telling your name. Hi, I'm Jorgie, and I'm with Jorgie Inc. And we help this target market, with this, solution. So the solution is I help entrepreneurs and small business owners, that's my target market, increase sales, book appointments, and close more business. So you're really looking for like these bullets of how you help people. I was actually on a call earlier today and she was really good, and she was sharing like, I help this person with this solution so that, and so the person would say, so that, so you're confident on the phone. So you aren't afraid to go live with,
Yeah.
celebrity Alicia, you feel comfortable, so
Right,
it's really about, I help with this so that you can have these results.
right.
And quickly that person can qualify, am I that person? And if they're not that person, they may not be for you. But if they
Or they may
are,
know somebody, because that's a
yeah,
lot of
they may
times
know
they say,
some.
"You know what? I know somebody who needs you," and then they can make a connection. So go through that formula again. Who you
Okay.
are,
Yes. Who you help, what target
what's the
market you
target
help.
market? Mhm,
So that could be women, that could be men, that could be auto dealers, whatever target market. And really, the more targeted, the better. With what solution or
what
results?
solution and what yeah, and the result that you get them.
And what
Um,
she brought in was so that, and what that looks like at the end. So
mhm,
that was like, so that at the end of the day, you don't have overwhelm with your social media. At
right,
the end of the day, you don't have to worry about your leads being generated.
mhm.
You know,
Perfect.
mhm.
Perfect. What do you have, since this is the holiday season? Is there anything that you have that we can share with the audience of small business owners here to help them with their leads and their sales to close out Q4 really strong?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So everyone should identify how they're going to generate leads in their business. Okay. And there are so many ways. In my hashtag marketing team people, I'm hashtag team sales, they're hashtag team marketing. Those team marketing says, you should have social media, be on LinkedIn, Facebook, be on the internet, email campaigns. You should have texting services. You should have, 1,001 ways, guys, to market. It stresses me a little. I
I'm hashtag
say
branding, by the way. So
your hashtag branding?
yes.
Yes, team branding. Okay. So most of the suggestions I use I call it live branding. So it's like this in person is kind of risky right now, right? But you could do Zoom networking. You can show up in person on Zoom, cold calls, which is finding your target market out there and calling them. You can do social media. I love social media. And wasn't sure if you wanted me to tell about the program I have.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Share the program.
So I say join the Sales Tribe Live. And that is where we do live calls, right? We call people. And we also learn how and what to say because we believe in scripts. And we have something called the Sales Tribe Live. It is a special that we're doing till the end of the year. You can join for $50 a month. And we meet weekly on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And a group of us, we just get on there and we talk about our weekly wins. We talk about some of the sales challenges we're facing. And we meet once a quarter in person on Zoom or at the location, and we make calls. We call people and we follow up and we care for them because it's important that people have that human connection, and the phone is a way to virtually sell, you guys. So that's what we're doing to help you generate leads.
Excellent. So to get in touch with Jorgie, go to www.jorgieinc.com. That's JORGIEINC.com. So you can go there, connect with Jorgie. If you're in the Small Business Saturday Shout Out group, she's in the group, connect with her in the group, and find out more about this sales training, Sales Tribe Live, to get live sales training. Make your calls, get the scripts, get support that you need. If you are a coach or a consultant or, an entrepreneur, solopreneur, that you really are doing the sales in your business and you need some of that extra confidence. I talk about confidence all the time. You need that boost of confidence to help you get over the hump. Go connect with Jorgie and close out your fourth quarter strong. That's all I can say. Well, thank you so much, Jorgie, for joining us. I really appreciate you coming on. I hope you enjoyed being here with me. And excellent. And hopefully we can get you again for the new year to talk about sales in the new year. How do you get leads and everything else? So connect.
Okay, well, I'll look at your schedule.
Say that again.
I said, okay, I'll look at your schedule.
Absolutely. You got the link. So thank you. Happy holidays, Jorgie, to you and your beautiful family. And any last words?
Yes. Last words, just make sales. If you make sales better, you'll make your business better.
Yes. She is the girl to get you some audacious confidence in your sales. So thank you. Well, I am going to say bye, Jorgie.
Bye.
See you soon. That was Jorgie Franks-Bell. Jorgie Franks, she is the sales strategist and trainer. So go check her out, jorgieinc.com. And for those of you who are now joining us, I am Alicia Curry, and this is Small Business Saturday Shout Out with Alicia Curry, your host. And we just wrapped up our first segment. And now I get to bring up an amazing woman who is blazing a trail, helping to empower other women globally. And we had a little bit of a technical glitch, so let's make sure that everything is working fine. But in the meantime, I am going to share with you all about our next guest, who is Dr. Florence NISABWE. She'll correct me if I said that incorrectly. But Dr. Florence NISABWE is a visionary woman born and bred in Burundi. She is a citizen of the world, a social entrepreneur, and an expert on sustainable development strategies, project management, and good governance. At the heart of her work is her passion for empowering women through Foundation Lance d'Afrique, Burundi, to embrace their talents and have the confidence to dream bigger, work harder and smarter, and achieve outstanding success. In doing this, Dr. NISABWE has made a global impact. She's passionate about social entrepreneurship and women economic and leadership empowerment. She believes that helping women to achieve economic and leadership empowerment can inspire a community development and provide answers to the challenges that our societies face, and that women can foster global change. So I have so much more to share on her, but I don't want to take up all her time reading her amazing bio. So I'm going to bring her up to the show, Dr. Florence. Okay, so her video, if you can, her video froze again. Her video is frozen. Let me see if we can get her back again. Yeah, we're having some technical challenges. So I'll just keep reading her bio because she has more, and see if she can refresh and come back in. So let me grab the rest of her bio. So since her childhood, Dr. Florence NISABWE has always wanted to assist people to improve their socioeconomic conditions. She knows, based on her experience, that giving back to her community improves her sense of well-being, as well as keeps her connected to her local Burundian community. I think she's here. Let me see if we got her. There she is. Hello, my sister. How are you?
Hello, dear Alicia. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. I'm so excited. I know you're all the way in South Africa right now, so I'm excited to have you here on the show.
Right now, I'm in Burundi.
You're in Burundi, so you made it back.
No.
Because earlier this week,
I have to fly back to South Africa.
So tell us who Dr. NISABWE Florence is.
You have said it all. Dr. Florence NISABWE is a visionary woman born and bred in Burundi. And I'm a globe-trotter. Why? Because I have got opportunities from my past 3 years to visit many countries and embrace their culture. That's why I say I'm a citizen of the world.
Yes.
I'm married and a mother of 2 boys. I'm a social entrepreneur, an independent expert and consultant on social development strategies, project management, and I'm the founder of Fondation Lance d'Afrique Burundi, a non-profit organization focusing on women economic empowerment and leadership empowerment. And I can add to this that I'm a member of international organizations, among them World Association for Sustainable Development, International Council for Small Business, the Global Library of Female Authors. I'm the Female Wife of Change Ambassador to Burundi, the World Women Conference and Awards Burundi Chapter Leader, and the president of Burundi India Business Council of Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Wow.
That's me in a nutshell.
Wow. I told you her bio is extensive and it is so impressive. You said you're the founder of the foundation. Can you share with us what activities your foundation does?
Foundation Lab is a nonprofit organization focusing on social entrepreneurship and supporting the cause of women and young girls empowerment throughout Africa and beyond. Through this platform, we aim to achieve these goals through awareness consulting, training, mentorship, innovation, and research. And these activities enable us to provide opportunities for women to participate and invest in their political and economic management of their countries.
Mm.
So we believe that by helping to entrench sustainable development goals through capacity building for previous vulnerable and marginalized groups, we can effect positive social change.
Wow.
Our mission is to provide opportunities for education, training, support, and capacity building, and to promote the personal development of women and girls in order to guarantee a better future. And why? We have
No.
identified significant obstacles in the path of women who are looking to start their own businesses. These includes solution-based coaching,
Hmm.
awareness campaigns, access to information, lack of technology, and you can see that we are having some troubles.
Yes, we're having a little bit of technical troubles, but that's okay. I'm so
Yes,
glad that you
yeah,
made it, that we have
yeah.
you.
Yeah, access to finances, inaccessible markets, and lack of infrastructure. And let's share with you as well our vision, a world in which ideal conditions exist for sustainable development and economic growth for every community where no woman is prevented from fulfilling her potential as a force for good in her community.
Wow, that is amazing. What led you to work? Like, what motivated you to start empowering women and young girls through social entrepreneurship and leadership?
First overall, since my childhood, I have always wanted to assist people to improve their social economic condition.
Hmm.
And even if it was never my intention to do a PhD program, my friend encouraged me to see the true value in it. And now, working as a social entrepreneur mentor, I realized that my research in entrepreneurship and economic development has provided me with a set of very relevant transferable skills, problem solving, critical reasoning, in-depth thinking, and considering situation from multiple angles and perspectives. And this set of skills has empowered and encouraged me to create a positive social thinking both locally and globally.
Wow,
So, yeah.
that's great. Wow. And
Mm.
I mean, you've created this such an empowering foundation. What has been the biggest challenge for you in doing all of this?
The biggest challenge or the biggest obstacle is what most of women entrepreneur or leaders are facing: the lack of support they
Mm.
receive from other women. So, and I think that only by becoming together and sharing the vision, passion, excellence, enthusiasm can women lay the foundation for real and lasting progress.
Hmm.
Mm.
Wow. So it's really about supporting each
Yeah.
other as
Mhm.
women, to help each other grow. Um, and
Exactly.
what has been a major stereotype that you've had to overcome in doing all of this?
One of them, or the most one the women has to overcome is the perception that while they excel at community work, the lack of entrepreneurship mindset required to succeed in business. So throughout my career, I have frequently had to explain that community upliftment and social entrepreneurship are both required in
Mm.
integrated poverty alleviation strategies. And I've also been able to show that women's networking and bartering skills are the ideal preparation for running a business.
Mm-hmm. Ah, excellent. So yes, so just reiterate that women really need the mindset, um, to change that mindset so that they can really overcome some of those stereotypes that they think that they can't, that
Yeah.
they're just one thing and they can't be multiple things and do it successfully. Um, and you're wearing many hats, so you're an example to them. So you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a social entrepreneur, you're a leader, manager. What message would you like to leave our other sisters here today?
So, the career path of a woman is not simple. We have to overcome hurdles at every level. And I think that courage, perseverance, persistence, determination, and resilience are tools to success. I would encourage all women to stand up, to adopt a collaborative manner, eliminate negative emotion, generate positive emotion, and these are tips to resilience. And they need also to explore their potential. I advise them to ignore people who are discourage them and expand, intensify global partnership. By pushing themselves harder, they can become more confident, and confidence leads to new opportunities. Yeah. Then, as women, we need to visualize ourselves achieving a higher level and be clear about our next steps. In this way, you can fulfill our potential, achieve our dreams, and leave a meaningful legacy.
Yes. uh, i I know we have certain, like because of we have a language barrier, but I do want to know what has been your, like, greatest moment in working with women. Like, what is something that you look back at and say, wow, I can't believe I did that just by stepping out?
Yeah, I'm proud to say that I've been able to empower in less than 1 year more than 60 women
Wow.
and more than 200 young girls. That is my biggest success for this year, 2020.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how can someone reach out to you if they want to, help the cause or find out more about how they can get some of your, um, connected with you to get some of your inspiration and empowerment?
Okay, I'm on Facebook, Florence NISABWE, and my website. I have also www.florencenisabwe.com, and my email florence 2018 at gmail.com.
All right. So the website is florencenisabwe.com. I have it
Yeah.
scrolling around on the bottom, so you can get go there, get in touch with her. And on Facebook, you can, again, just look for Dr. Florence NISABWE and connect with her. If you want to either support her cause or find out how you can be empowered through her foundation and anything else. So any last words for the holidays that you have to share with us and everybody listening?
I will repeat the same thing over and over to encourage women to develop a collaborative manner is the only way to achieve our empowerment.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's powerful. Yes, it is. So thank you so much, Florence. Happy holidays. I'm so thankful you reached out to be on the show. And that even though you're all the way across the other side of the world, that you took the time to spend a little bit of time with us here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I am grateful to have you in the group.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here in your show.
You're welcome.
Happy
I'm so excited
holidays.
that even though we have some tech challenges, we still got through it. Yay!
Yeah, that is powerful.
All right. Well, take care. Have the best holiday, and we'll stay in touch. Thank you.
Same to you. Thank you so much. See you.
Bye. Well, that was Small Business Saturday Shout Out. That was Dr. Florence NISABWE. She is the founder of, let me make sure I say this right. Foundation Lance d'Afrique in Burundi. So if you want to know how you can find out more, please go to her website, which is www.florencenisabwe.com. Now, for those of you who have joined us, thank you so much for joining us. Again, remember that you can come on over to our Facebook group. Join us on Facebook if you have a small business, if you have a side hustle, if you're thinking about having a business, if you know someone with a business, join our group, Small Business Saturday Shout Out with Alicia Curry. Here on Facebook, that is the link going across the bottom there. It is facebook.com/group/Small Business Saturday Shout Out. And please connect with our guests from today. It was Jorgie Franks and Dr. Florence NISABWE. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/c/Alicia Curry. And I will see you next time. Have the best Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Stay socially distanced. Even if you are in visiting others, really protect yourself, protect others. Let's slow the spread of this virus. Let's be responsible to one another. And that's a loving and kind way that we can be for one another. And I will see you not next Saturday, because it's the Thanksgiving holiday. It's Thanksgiving holiday, and I will also be out of town. So the Saturday after that, I will see you back here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. Thank you for joining. Blessings to everybody. Mwah.